Here's another Lego tutorial from JAYSTEPHER, and I'm going to show you how to build a typical Lego kitchen using some of these parts. And of course we're still working on the Lego house again. As you may notice, I have got most of it done. The first story. This whole wall here is not done, so I'm going to show you the kitchen and how I put it together. So the kitchen will go right in that spot. So one of the first things we're going to do is how are we going to build our kitchen. So what we're going to usually do, I usually going to use mostly is a little chest of drawers, some of these cabinets, and a little, looks like a mailbox or an oven. I wish this were either black or dark gray, but you know, red's all I have, so we're going to use that. And one of these white doors with a black, white door frame with a black door as a fridge. Now, how do I actually make this look like a kitchen? This looks like a mess. Well, I'm going to show you how to put it together. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to plan, okay, we're going to put tile floor in my kitchen. So that is a given. So we're going to use some of these dark gray tiles. So I'm going to use a bottom base plate, because what I want to do when I put my cabinets in here, that when I set my cabinets down, I want to have a little space down here. Let me show you. Like this. Looks more professional. So what I'm going to do is I want to start doing the spot with the kitchen sink. So let's start building the kitchen sink first. What I usually use is a little 2x2 plate and a couple of these eyelet things. And I'm just simply going to stick them on here like so. Now the reason why I'm doing this is to make it look like a drawer on the bottom. So then I'm going to take one of these 1x2 blocks that just rolled away. I'm going to put it in here like so. Looks like a pair of eyes. Now, what I'm going to do is start building the kitchen. Well, let's build the sink first, but let's put it right here. Here's a base plate. This is just a typical 1x10 or 2x10, sorry. And I'm going to stick a set of drawers right here. You can put your cabinets where you want, but I just want to put drawers here. And I'm going to put the sink here. So one of the things I'm going to do is stick these eyelets here. Now, if you have one of these little corner pieces, you're great. That's what we're going to use to make the sink container. It kind of looks like that. And you kind of have like a sink. Now I'm going to use a 1x2 smooth tile, a white tile or any kind of color you want to use, and I'm going to stick it right here on the eyelets. So now it kind of looks like a drawer. We'll start sticking more cabinets on here. Let's just put a cabinet here. Oh, well, look at that. I'm going to have an extra spot here left open. So I need to use a 1x2 plate. I thought I had one up here. Oh, there's no. It's like that rolled away from me too. So I thought I had one of those laying around here. Oh, here it is on the bottom of this cabinet. I don't know how that got down there. So kind of looks like that. Now it's starting to look like a set of cabinets. So let's start building the kitchen faucet. Now one of the things that we're going to be needing is a couple of 1x2 white plates and one of these to put the faucet on. So let's go find some of the parts. Well, let's just put this thing together first. So you put two of these plates together like this. Then we're going to put the faucet spigot thing on top. If you have a Lego faucet, you're lucky. I do not have one, so I have to make one. We'll stick this on here like so. Now that looks pretty good. Now there's a couple ways you can go about doing this now. Putting the cabinets above here, it's going to be kind of hard. Now fortunately I have enough of these little wall elements that are hollowed out that actually work good as backsplashes for kitchens. So I'm just going to simply stick this here. Stick one of these little corner pieces used for the sink here, just to kind of fill in the corner. You don't have to do that. It's not required. And let's start one of the things we're going to start doing, let's start putting the tiling in here right now. Now something like a kitchen counter. Let's see if we can find more a 1x1 tile, which are really impossible to find considering I didn't have all this planned out. So, found one. And there you go. Now we're starting to look like a kitchen. Excuse me. So we're going to come in and start sticking more backsplashes in here. I got a whole bunch of backsplashes, so this actually helps out. And there's the backsplash for this. And I'm going to take a 1x6 smooth tile, place it in as so. Now we're almost ready to go. Let's put a faucet on there. So I'm going to have to dig around for one of those, as I didn't have one of those offhand. So let me go find one of those real quick. Okay, I was actually lucky enough to find a faucet, a nice gray one. So I'm going to stick this right here. Now we're getting somewhere. Now let's start putting these upper cabinets on here. Something like that. Now we're looking like a kitchen. And there you have it. There's one piece that'll go in my kitchen. Now let's start the side with the oven and the refrigerator. Alright, so let's start with this. Let's put the fridge right here. Offset. This is I'm going to need at least a 2x12 plate, but I don't have one, so I'm just going to have to make some pieces. And got a nice fridge. Now, how do we make a fridge that looks like a fridge? It looks like a door, alright? But I want to make it look like a fridge. So I'm going to take one of these 1x4 white pieces and put it behind there. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and take some of these white eyelets. Put them in like this. Now we're getting somewhere. Sometimes you can just tell the quality of the pieces when you see light coming through there. Whoops, that one's backwards. I don't want to do that. Okay, now when you get to this, I'm going to take some dark gray grates, stick them on the front of so. I've seen a lot of fridges people have made, and they look really cool. This is about as best as I can come up with. So now, looks like a fridge. Now let's start putting in the cabinets for around the oven's supposed to go. Start putting that together, that together. Now the oven. Stick this right in between here. If you actually have a dark gray one or a black, this would look good. I don't have one, so I have to use a red one, but it's better than nothing, just for the idea. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put some grates for cooktops. There's several ways you can do it. I like using these. Stick these on here like so. And there's your stove. Now the thing is, we're going to need more wall elements, because we're going to come in, put the upper cabinets on the half. Well, I should have just put this piece in first. In the corner, like I said, these corner pieces are not necessary, but they look really good. I'm just going to put it there. Now, since I'm not going to put anything here at the corner, my oven fell out. It looks something like that. So let's get some more tiles. Let's start tiling this in. I was actually lucky enough to find a whole bunch of one pieces. Let's just start tiling it in. Here's another one. Now we're starting to get somewhere now. It's starting to look like something, not like a pile of mess. You can use any type of tile on here you want, any color. So, there we go. Put the upper cabinets on here, just like we did with the other side of the kitchen. Now it kind of looks like something. We're not quite done yet. Now we're going to have to put it inside the Lego house. So, one of the things that I'm going to do is we're going to plan out where all this is going to go, because we're going to have to put some tile in the kitchen first to do that. And let's just kind of slide my house over here into position. There's the kitchen. It is a little narrow. It wasn't planned really well, but you know, I can't complain. I'm just going to take some of these 2x2 dark gray tiles, stick them in there. Let's just stick this stuff there and see what we're going to be tiling at anyways. So as you can see, it's starting to look like a kitchen. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to tile from here all the way up to this threshold right here. And of course, under the doors, I've already got a piece here. So let's get started on the tiling. Okay, we're almost about done here. As you see, I got everything tiled. Now one of the things I'm going to do is put a hood over my stove. And I'm just going to take one of these angle things. And I'm just going to stick it on a smooth tile. And drop it down in here like so. And there we have it. There's the kitchen. As you may see, the kitchen is nice and done. Let's come and take a good close-up of it down in there. I also have a bay window going on. And let's see here. There's the stove and the things. You're looking right down there, it looks pretty good. Here's the fridge. Cabinets. It's a little tight, I understand that, but everything is at least accessible. You can see that everything works good on the floor here. The oven door opens up right on the floor, so it looks pretty good. You notice how I got the tile underneath the door right here? Looks really good. Also under these doors here too. Out to the patio. It's all nicely smooth and finished. Close that up. Okay, and that's a basic kitchen. I hope you enjoyed. So add, follow, subscribe, whatever you have to do. And the next thing we're going to be working on is to actually build a fireplace. But what I'm going to do with this fireplace is I'm actually going to put tiles on it, on the face of it, and I'll show you how to do that. Thanks for watching.